A Book for Bramble, story by Lynne Garner, illustrated by Gaby Hansen. The leaves had turned golden yellow and rusty red and lay thick on the ground. "Winter's coming, time to hibernate," said Bramble. "I'll miss you," said Thistle. "I'll miss you too," replied Bramble, hugging his friend. Thistle watched as Bramble and the rest of his family crept to their nest under the upside-down wheelbarrow. At dinner time that evening, Thistle rolled his roasted hazelnuts and chestnuts around his plate. "You're missing Bramble, aren't you?" asked his mother. Thistle nodded sadly. After dinner, Thistle was bored. "Why don't you draw a picture?" suggested his mother. "I know, I'll draw one for Bramble," said Thistle. "And I'll write to him too, telling him all about winter. I'll make a book for Bramble." Thistle got his pencils and a large sketchbook and sat by the roaring fire. Thistle wrote "A Book for Bramble" in big letters and began, "Dear Bramble, I'm going to tell you what's happening while you're asleep. Then we can share winter when you wake up." Thistle drew a picture of the upside-down wheelbarrow where Bramble was now sleeping. When he had finished, he closed the book and hid it under his pillow. The days rolled by and Thistle still missed his friend. At the winter feast, there were lots of delicious things, nuts, pumpkin pie, and warm sweet potatoes. "If only Bramble was here," thought Thistle. Thistle sat by the pond, hoping the noise of the party would wake his friend. As he dipped his tail into the cold water and watched the ripples, Mrs. Squirrel came over. "Thistle, come and join in the games." "But I want Bramble to be here. He's my best friend," said Thistle. "I know, dear, but you can share the fun with him in your book." Thistle was very tired after the party, but he had lots to write in Bramble's book that day. "We made a bonfire. The flames were red and yellow and warmed our cold noses. Mrs. Squirrel hid nuts, which he had to find. It was so much fun. I wish you'd been there." The weather grew colder and colder. One day Thistle found the puddles on the path had turned to ice. "Come skating with us," called his brother Sedge. That night Thistle wrote, "We tied walnut shells on our feet and skated all day. I kept falling down, but I got better by the end." The days became colder still. When Thistle looked out of the window one morning, everything seemed to be covered in a thick white blanket. "It's snowing! It's snowing!" he shouted, running into the kitchen. "We know," said his sister Meadow. "We're going to play in the snow after breakfast." "Bramble would love this," said Thistle as he gathered another paw full of snow. "I do miss him." "I know. Let's make a snow hedgehog in his honor," replied Sedge. That night Thistle drew a picture of the snow hedgehog for Bramble and wrote, "It was huge. I wish you could have seen it. When we finished, we had a snowball fight. Then Sedge broke off some icicles and we had ice pops." Thistle was having lots of fun that winter, but still he missed Bramble. Slowly spring came. Flowers poked through the ground and the sun grew stronger. Thistle knew that Bramble would soon wake up. He took a basket of nuts with him when he went to the wheelbarrow. Bramble would be hungry after his long sleep. At last, Thistle heard shuffling coming from the wheelbarrow. One by one, Bramble's family crept out into the sunlight. Finally, Bramble emerged, yawning and stretching. "Bramble!" Thistle shouted, running to greet his friend. "I missed you." "I missed you too," said Bramble. "I know I did because I dreamed about you. I made a book for you so that we could share winter," said Thistle. "Do you want to see it?" "Oh yes, I've always wanted to know what winter was like," said Bramble. And the two friends sat by the pond together as Bramble began to read. "Dear Bramble,